what I'll do today, and everybody, real quickly, not to put you on the spot, Jason, we just want to say welcome to the team, welcome to the group, man. Thank you for jumping on this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, since today's a little bit different, I'm going to play some audio of some calls that I've been making, Jason, and for the rest of you guys, I've done that before. I thought that's really the only thing I can do with that short of notice is play some recordings. Before I do that, and before I ask you a question, Jason, if you don't mind,
No.
I want to make sure I set this up correctly. I'm in a unique situation where, Jason, I've no longer had to sell houses for the last 6, 7 years. Been very fortunate and blessed because of revenue share, but
Wow.
also I don't have a large database since I really only sold houses for like a year, should I say, before this thing really exploded. So I don't have contacts like a lot of you have with, agents on the other side and consistently bringing on new agents other than going to networking events and so forth. So I say that as in I spend more time cold calling. And I only say that to go, I hope that you'll see as you're listening to some of this today, that you realize if I can begin a conversation and set up a Zoom or create interest to take a look at something from a cold call, that you guys should definitely be able to do it with somebody you have some kind of connection or relationship with. So that's the reason I do some of this sometimes, just to hopefully give you guys the encouragement that you can reach out to somebody cold, and all it really comes down to is one of our other leaders, Eric Golden, who is in Brazil right now, enjoying a lot of great soccer and stuff. But he's always talks about, and it's so true, timing is everything, right? And you're looking for the person who's looking for us. You're looking for the person swimming toward the boat. And as long as you keep that in your mindset when you're making outbound calls, and I'm not playing the calls where I did speak with someone and it was real short and they just weren't interested, but know that that's going to come up from time to time. And I've been doing this again for about the last 4 to 5 weeks pretty diligently. And then I was gone for a couple of weeks, getting back on it again this week and just making sure everybody understands that just making these outbound calls, timing is everything. And what I mean by that is I could reach out, right, Jason, had I maybe caught you, just an example, 2 days earlier, and you just had everything is just hitting on all cylinders. You just closed a deal. You're talking to another agent in the office. They're having success, whatever. You're just feeling good. And I'm calling you to see if you're open-minded to potentially take a look at an opportunity or something. I didn't catch you at a good time. You're like, you know what, Sean, I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. No interest in ever moving brokerages. And I could call you the following day and all of a sudden you just lost a listing, something just happened in the office where maybe they changed something in the way you're being paid or charging or something where all of a sudden now, 24 hours later, I called and you're open-minded to just seeing what else is kind of out there. You follow me? As long as that stays in your mindset, then you should have no problem ever making a call knowing that all you're truly doing is reaching out to see if you could bless them with a better opportunity. Because we all know, Jason, and you've probably been through the ringer, taking a serious look at what we're doing, not being biased. There is nothing else out there like this that has the complete package that we offer, much less the camaraderie that you can have, not just within the Freedom Team, but just rubbing shoulders with the best of the best in the entire industry. They're here. And
Wow.
you hear that a lot from the big agents and big team leaders and independent brokers that come over. I've heard it time and time again where they just say, you know what? Sometimes they experience it in the first couple of weeks going, the camaraderie and the agents and big agents that are willing to help them that have no financial incentive, they'll be like, okay, I've been at this XYZ brokerage for 10 years. I've never seen this kind of help, kind of camaraderie, just everybody willing to help everybody. So I say that again, just to continue to get your mindset right, knowing that if you bring an agent over here and you get them plugged in, you truly are giving them the best platform and opportunity to grow a real estate business. And that's just not coming from me. That's coming from the best of the best. So once you know that again, it makes it easier for me to make calls knowing that I truly am throwing out a lifeline that if they really are looking to take their business to another level, there's nothing like this, right? Again, that's just kind of getting your mindset right as we get ready to kind of jump into some calls. But Jason, would you mind sharing with us, for those that may have just now jumping on, he was over at LPT Realty for a little while. Do you mind sharing what was the main reason you moved over here?
Yeah, you bet. I I've had quite a like everyone, been probably a number of different places. Um, excuse me. 1 second. I'm just going to mute myself.
All good. That it happens to me. This whole sinus thing. Oh my, you guys all hear me do it all the time. Half the time I mute myself while I'm on a Zoom going trying to get that frog out of my throat. So
Yeah,
I
sorry
feel
about
you.
that. Coming from the Baird team at LPT, I liked, or before that, just to back up quite a ways, from 2017 to like 2025, the beginning of 2025, I was at CHR, Colorado Home Realty in Littleton, and really liked it. Great atmosphere. Went through some pretty hard times while I was there, and they were super supportive, and that was extremely helpful. And I respected that kind of collaboration and help, and just a very, family orient or family feeling atmosphere, which is really nice.
Hmm.
Um, then I basically just had a big personal issue, and basically, lost my daughter in 2021. And so, excuse me, not to get in the weeds about that, but basically left realty because I needed to just get my feet under me and, do some healing. And
Yeah.
so I did that. Basically left, went into the mountains. I've worked in the Park County area for a number of years, since 2020 or since 2000, and just needed to, take some space and do something that, I felt would help. And so after I came back from that, basically 2022 to 2024, I built this house, got a CO, got it rented. And I was like, okay, I definitely don't want to build anymore. It's just not good with that. And I'm good with being a realtor. So I was like, I think I'm going to go and just stick with what I know. And so I'm back as of, the beginning of 2020. Well, I was back in 2024 while I was building the house, and it was pretty hectic. And so now I'm not building a house. I am being a realtor, and I'm ready to just be in a good place. And I thought, like everyone, we just kind of try that process until you find it. And I was at You First, let's see, at the beginning of 2025. And then I went to Baird, and I was at Baird from April until like this weekend. So now I'm here, and I didn't think I was going to do EXP because of the lack of the brick and mortar, basically. And then I got on a phone call with long, long story,
That's all
couple
good.
EXP agents in the Denver area. I was, drawn to them because of Mike Sherrard's Social Agent Academy. And so I was like kind of blown away because the whole Zoom call could actually be something that I could like relate to people over. I was like, prior to that, I didn't think that was possible. And then I was doing it, and I was like, wait, I need to look at this again. So that's my story.
No, well, hey, appreciate you sharing. That's anything like that's going to help all of us because again, this is an attraction call that we do on Monday, Thursday, and again, this is normally an interview. And for those that didn't hear, the gentleman has a his wife's having a big health issue, and just they're both stressed to the max. So he's going to reschedule with me. We didn't start chit chat until yesterday. So again, I'm going to right now pull up some recordings that I've done here over the last month or so. Again, there is no exact science to this. I've got a you'll hear, I think I got 3 or 4 calls trying a couple of different kinds of scripts. I think one of the calls I'm using Eric Golden's script for the most part, right? Where we talked about the 85,000 agents, just, be wondering if you'd be open to at least understand why 85,000 agents have made the move. And then I've got one where I'm doing more of a sample of let me just ask questions if they're open-minded and kind of find out where they're at and see if what they might need is leads, which is what most agents need. And I'm kind of obviously going down the route of if they were to come over, I would connect them with the funnel system, either with Kelly or Jeff or somebody who's using the funnels right now, because that is obviously, at least from everything I'm researching and hearing, the most predictable, consistent way to have leads coming into an agent today than I think any of us are aware of. I don't think there's anything else out there that's getting the results that these funnel systems are getting. So I like to kind of lead with that if I can, if it seems like it's the right thing, through asking questions, knowing that if I can just get them to watch that video, one of the videos, most agents are intrigued, interested, and have some questions. So the biggest challenge in doing any of this is getting someone to watch a video. But if you can get someone who's open-minded to take a look at a video, whether or not it's just our, 13-minute EXP overview, or whether it's a video that Kelly or Jeff or Tim or any of these guys have done, or Kathy, and just get them to watch that video, which if they watch it at 1.2 speed, I always say it's about 25 minutes. For someone to truly have the opportunity to add at least one additional deal per month. And guys, we have so many discussions about the funnels, but everything I continue, I'm on the phone with different people that are using the funnels, have agents using the funnels. Just please understand about the funnels again, just to reiterate this. Once you get started, right, it takes 30, 60 days to really get it rolling. Most agents tend to have a buyer or two or three under contract within 60 days and maybe a seller or two. And then somewhere around that 90 days, 120 days, very good chance they're going to have their first closing. It could be much sooner, right, if you come across the right prospect. But just know as you continue to build that database and the automation's going back and forth, eventually come month 5 or 6, now it's probably usually consistently one, if not two deals a month. And you just stay at it and you can increase your ad spend, decrease it, but most people stay around that $10. And generally, about 6 months in, guys, it becomes a machine of 1 to 2 transactions happening every month. So think about that for a minute. You're reaching out to an agent that you can plug them into a system. And if it ends up being 1 or 2 transactions come about 6 months, if it starts around month 3 or 4, you're going to help them add at least one additional deal per month. And if the average price is around that 400, guys, you're talking about adding an extra 130, $150,000 to that agent in the next 12 months. Do you think that's worth 25 minutes of their time to watch a video that could truly have an impact and add an extra $150,000? In my heart of hearts, I know that is an incredible perk or benefit, and I could help bless this agent's life in a big way. Again, I'm only saying all this to go, this is what encourages me to pick up the phone and make a call, knowing that all I'm doing is seeing if I can help them. They're either open to it or they're not. Okay. Just want to kind of set that parameter, and I hope that makes it easier as you're making phone calls. So let me share my screen here. Let me throw this out. The whole script thing, people are like, I don't want to sound scripted. All a script is to give you the foundation of certain things for you to be able to glance at in the midst of a phone call. Just gives you, ideas, questions you can ask. So what I've gone through here is everything in the bold is me asking a question, right? Because I've learned as I'm making these calls, as long as I can keep asking questions, if they're open to dialogue, it obviously leads to a much better conversation. And that agent may get off the phone thinking, okay, that was just a good guy right there, right? Instead of me just talking and trying to sell him something, he or she. So I've just been rolling with this. And again, just getting ready to get back into it this week. But here's what I was doing about the last month or so. Say, hi, Kelly. Hey, my name is Sean Sturrock. I'm a real estate agent here in the Dallas area. How are you doing today? Right? You get a response most of the time, doing fine. Sometimes, how are you? If they ask back, I say, hey, I want to be respectful. If they ask back, I'll say, hey, well, thank you so much for asking. Hey, real quick, Kelly, I want to be respectful of your time. Do you have about 3 minutes for a quick call? I'm trying to clear the calendar, right? Most of the time, I shouldn't say most, half the time I get yeah, I've got 3 minutes, or you know what? No, I'm walking into an appointment, or no, I'm in the midst of visiting with one of my agents or a client or whatever. I say, hey, not a problem at all, man. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Hope to connect later. Go to the next call. I'm just looking at the person. Yeah, I got 3 minutes. What's up? Right. So, hey, I was looking through the MLS and I see that you closed, let's say, 11 deals here in the last 12 months. Hey, first of all, congratulations, man, especially in today's market. I'm quiet. Most of the time, I'm like, well, hey, no, I appreciate that. And the reason we're throwing that out, a lot of times we always talk about people are dying for recognition. And if you just acknowledge and give them a congrats on what they're doing, they're probably not hearing that from their broker, right? Or maybe other agents in the office. So it's a good way to kind of hopefully break the ice, get them to lower their guard, just giving them some kind of a compliment. And then I generally followed up with the statement right after they respond. Hey, Kelly, do you realize you're in the top 26% of agents across the US? I mean, in the last 12 months, 74% of agents didn't even have a transaction. So again, congrats, especially in today's market. And I just kind of stop there for a minute and they might reply back. There's a few second gap there. Then I'm going to go into my next question, right? They give me the 3 minutes. Say, hey, Kelly, hey, real quick question. Kelly, what do you think it is that separates the agents who are doing approximately one transaction per month compared to those who are consistently closing 2 to 4 transactions a month and man, making an extra 150 to 300K? What do you think is the primary difference? It sounds kind of crazy, but I've been asking this question. Everybody answers it. So they don't go like, well, what are you at? They already gave me 3 minutes. We're on a call. I asked that question. It begins the dialogue, right? Because it is an interesting question. Why is it some people struggle to even do one, right? We have a lot of people who do anywhere between 3 to 12 transactions a year. Then you got these agents over here doing two, three, or four a month, every month consistently, right? So I asked that question, get a variety of different answers. Again, after you ask it, pause and listen. And then I'll say, after they kind of give me their answer, I say, Kelly, have you ever heard the statement, the best marketer wins every time? It's either a yes, no, or yeah, yeah, kind of, yeah. I'll say, what do you think it is the top agents do for marketing to consistently have those 2 to 4 closings a month? This is interesting. I wish you guys could hear the phone calls. They start a dialogue with me, right? And it kind of begins a conversation to me to start asking them about their business, right? And right after they give me an answer, right, we make dialogue about that for a minute. Then I'll come back and I'll say, hey, listen, well, here it is. Here's what they're doing right now. They've got a system in place that works 24/7 that's giving them the ability to scale with tremendous leverage through done for you automation. Do you mind me asking, do you currently right now have a system in place that works for you 24/7 that helps you find buyers and sellers instead of you having to constantly chase them down? And every time I get the answer, well, I don't really have a 24/7 system, right? I'm just going down through this. It doesn't roll like this constantly, right? It can take left turns, right turns, whatever, but I can always come back and I see my questions in bold and I can always kind of glance over. I just want everybody to kind of follow me. It doesn't necessarily follow this to a T. And then after they say that they don't have anything, I'm simply now asking them, Kelly, would you be open to, and then I'm going to change this now. It's not a future Zoom. I'm going to be asking them to watch the webinar. So I'm going to start tweaking this for my time, what I'm about to do moving forward. And I know this isn't for everybody, but I'm going to get on the phone starting today, 2 hours a day, every day, moving forward from now all the way through 2026. And so I won't have time to continue to jump on a Zoom to watch the video with them. And I know I'm going to have to make more phone calls, but as I've talked to some other agents that are doing stuff like this, I think it's much more advantageous. And I think I'm going to bring on more agents that are truly open and looking. If I've created that interest and spark on the phone call, they said they're open-minded. Now I'm going to tell them, right? Say, listen, I just wanted to ask, would you be open if there was truly a way right now? And I promise you there is. We're working with hundreds of agents all over the US. We're helping them add one, two, even experienced agents, so much as 3 to 4 transactions a month. I have a short recorded webinar that if I sent that over, that broke down all the details on exactly how this would work for you, would you be open-minded to watching it? Just something like that. I'm just kind of winging right now. And if I get that, I'm looking for that person like, absolutely. Yeah, send it over. That kind of, conviction versus, I mean, I'd be kind of open to it. And I'm still going to send it if they give me that nonchalant, they're open to it. And if they don't watch it, I'm going to drop them into some kind of a follow-up system with our CRM, with whether it's a Tracked RI or whatever you guys might use. So anyway, that's kind of the flow that I've been going through. If we go back and forth a little further and that call turns into a 3, 4, 5 minute call, I want to definitely cut it off. If it starts to get around the 4 or 5 minutes, I'm just going to say, hey, Kathy, listen, or Kelly, hey, first of all, I appreciate you just being open to dialogue again and congrats on your success. I'll definitely get the video sent over to you. I know I told you I'd keep this call down to 3 minutes, so I, definitely want to respect your time. I'm open to dialogue some more if that's what you'd like to do, but I just want to be respectful of your time. And I may say something like that if we get into that 4 or 5 minute conversation. If I go any further, I'd like to add this if they're like, well, no, and they start to ask me more questions either about the system or whatever. If I have the opportunity, here's something else I'd like to ask them. Hey, I see that your average price over the last 12 months, right? We can all go look at that, has been 387,000 or four and a quarter, whatever it is. Have you taken the time out of curiosity? How much more money would you make right now if we added one extra deal a month? How much more would that be in 2026? And if they don't know it, I'm going to have my calculator take me 30 seconds, pull up. But I can tell you, if we help you close one extra deal at your 387, it's going to, at 3% commission, going to probably make you about another 140 grand. What kind of an impact would that have on you, your business, your family, if you really truly added and made an extra 140K next year? What would that be like for you? Gonna ask, right? We're just in the midst of a dialogue. Now I'm trying to see if I can dig into emotionally to start going, what would that be like? Man, if I really had an extra 140K coming in, or for some experienced agents, we have people using the funnels adding 3 to 4. You're talking about adding an extra $250,000. So again, just this is just a script. I've kind of tweaked around with it. And again, we can look at other scripts, but let me pause here for a minute and just ask you guys, give me some feedback. Are people using, first of all, any feedback on this script, anything I could tweak? Let's start there. You guys are obviously, some of you way more experienced than I am just in real estate in general. Some of you 10, 15, 20-year veterans. What could I tweak on here or change or add or take away? Any feedback at all?
What I would consider, Eric or Sean, for people that are just starting out, as I look down the script,
Yeah.
it's a lot of conversation and questions. May sound a little scary.
Okay.
And, kind of going back to Eric's real simplified
Yep.
script might
Yep.
be a great place for people to start because I know that folks that lean into making calls,
Yep.
typically if it's real comfortable and they get off script, they're able to just kind of internalize the script and talk and have a conversation. It goes so much better.
Yep.
That one might feel just a touch long for people starting out.
Okay, great, great feedback. So let's go over two more scripts right now. And again, be more than happy to share this with anybody if you haven't seen these. And I'll get to Eric here in just a minute. There's another Eric in our company by the name of Eric Orland. Very, very successful real estate agent and now full-time attractor. In the last 5 years, he's built an organization of about 3,000 agents from scratch. He was basically bankrupt, had lost everything, dug in and came on, and he works 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and today makes over $100,000 a month in less than 5 years. Hopefully that grabs your attention. Here's what he does every single call. And I keep contemplating, part of me, we've all gone through personal development. And a lot of time, a lot of the stuff you hear about today says, look, don't keep changing what you're doing. If you know that it works, just do more of it. It's, right? So I'm trying to figure out which is the direct route, and I'm leaning toward the funnel system. But if you're just making calls, like Kelly said, you want to keep it short, crisp, and follow something real simple and just see if they're open-minded. Here's his dialogue. He does the same kind of thing when he opens up, says, hi, how are they doing? Gives them some kind of compliment. Boom. Depends on whether they talk for 1 minute to 3, 4 minutes. When the time is right, his move over to this question. Oh, hey, Kelly, first of all, again, congrats on everything you've been doing. May I ask you a question? Right? And then he goes into, I'm not sure if this is for you, but would you be open-minded to exploring a brokerage platform if it could allow you to keep more of your hard-earned commissions and help you add at least 1 to 2 additional deals per month? I mean, Kelly, it may also align with your long-term real estate direction by offering you multiple streams of income, one of which happens to be passive. Is this something you might find compelling, and would you simply be open to exploring this together? This is his opening statement for 3 years, and he's got 3,000 people. So you might ask, Sean, why are you changing it? Let's not get into that whole thing. But I wanted to give you this as just it flat works. I've listened to him make phone calls, and it goes again all different directions, but all you're looking for is somebody who's open-minded. And it's a great way that's a very kind of professional type question. You're just looking for a person. Think about it. Again, you get hold of someone who they're struggling. And again, you heard the stat, well, more than 70% of agents aren't doing any work. And then you probably could take the next 10 to 15% are struggling to do 5 to 6 transactions a year. So this may just grab someone's attention to go, okay, passive income, extra 1 to 2 extra deals. I'd be open to at least take a look, right? That's all we're looking for. And then once they give a yes, that's kind of his next statement. So great, Kelly. Hey, I'm going to take the liberty of sending out an email that contains 2 short videos that will highlight why eXp is the fastest growing real estate brokerage company of all time and how this incredible platform might benefit you in building your real estate business. It's also going to provide you the opportunity to formulate any questions you might have for when I follow up with you to receive your feedback. May I ask, would you be available to commit to watching these two videos in the next 24 to 48 hours? This is Eric's script again that's worked for him, and he's a very, very successful top 10, 15 agents in the entire company worldwide. So anyway, that's another script. We're more than happy to share that with you. And then our other incredible leader, you guys want to see what songs I sing for karaoke? I'm not going to show you. It's a secret. You'll have to wait till we get together for karaoke again. Oh, you got Kelly's cold call script. Are you, Kelly, I mean, I know you're doing right now with the whole funnel system and doing your webinars and stuff. Do you utilize this in any perspective? Do you make calls outside of what you're doing with the webinar?
When I meet people, so I'll meet people in networking functions or events, things like that, then the conversation will come up, but it's more of a dialogue. It's more like your first one, asking questions, how
Right.
is business, more of that.
Gotcha.
So I am not making cold calls since I've put the funnels in place.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quick info. Okay, well, here's what we'll do for a quick little learning. Let's do this. We'll go right to our Freedom Team support because it's right here. Let's open this up.
Freedom Team Agent Resources. So go back over to Resources Marketing, down to Freedom Team Agent Resources, and then all the way down near the bottom are the scripts. Not quite that bottom. Up one more right there. Now, real estate agent, keep going up. Agent attraction scripts right there on the right.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Kelly. All right. And here's another one. Again, and Eric, just speaking to Jason, anybody that's fairly new, Eric's also unbelievable, right? If you're definitely getting into attraction, jump on Thursdays. Kelly's now helping lead with Eric. But Thursdays, if you haven't heard, are obviously those who are starting to make phone calls. Now you want to get some feedback and some dialogue. And great time to jump on, talk with Kelly, Eric, several other big agents will get on there that are attractors and help answer your questions. But Eric also likes to get to the point very, very quickly. You talk about someone who's looking for the person looking for us. That is exactly what he's doing. So this flat works as well, right? Hi, Kelly. Hey, I hope you're doing well. Chit chat if necessary, right? Hey, let me real quickly tell you why I'm calling. Gets right to the point, right? Now, obviously, if they're open to a dialogue, he may chat a minute, 2 minutes or something. Then he transitions to, hey, let me tell you why I'm calling. Hey, as you may or may not know, I've made the move over to EXP about 1 week ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it might be. And I'm not calling to ask you to change brokers. And I hope you'll take this as a compliment, Tom. Hey, you probably know that we've added over 85,000 agents in the last 5 years. And recently we've added some top producers and massive teams. And I'm just curious to know if you'd be curious to see why so many have come. Look, it'd be a private conversation without pressure and only take about a half hour. Would you be open to seeing why we've attracted so many agents and what might be in it for you? Again, however you may look at these scripts, again, everything I said in the very beginning, as long as your mindset is you're just looking for agents, looking for us, how about you're looking for agents that are looking to grow their business and they're struggling? Whether you say looking for us, that's where the funnel hole system can come into play. Just know that most of the agents out there, they're struggling. So if they're, you've heard this say this over and over, but I truly mean it. There has not been a better time than right now to reach out to agents just because the market and the way that we're situated right now with so many agents struggling. So as you look at this and listen in today and whether or not you've tried making some calls, all I'm going to tell you right now is if you start making calls consistently, not 2 hours a day like I'm going to be doing, let's start off with 15 minutes like Aaron Golden talks about, and you make 5 phone calls a day. Start off and go ahead, you guys that have been in real estate a while, make your list of 100 plus agents, just anybody that would know you, that if you reached out to them, whether you've done a transaction with them, met them in a networking event, they were at a past brokerage, whatever, put that list of names down first and foremost. Once that list is in your hands physically, you've either typed them or I like to put them even on a hard copy. Once that's there, now you get this peace of mind. The larger the list, the more peace of mind you have knowing that I know somewhere in this list, there's definitely a handful of agents that need what we have, and they're going to be real open when I call them because they're struggling. In other words, I could just say, let's just keep it this simple and said, if you had 100 names and you called all 100, you're probably going to get hold of about half of them, especially if you put them on call them the a few days later, if they don't pick up, you'll at least connect with half. If you connect with 50 agents, you're going to have a minimum of probably 15 to 20% be open-minded to look. I'm going to say it's higher than that. It's probably 30, 40% of the people I'm getting hold of, they're open to take a look at something. So let's say you take those 100 agents, 50 pick up, and 20 of them are open to take a look. If 20 of them are open to take a look, let's say 12 to 14 watch the video. You do a three-way call or a follow-up with someone in our group, good chance that you're probably going to have, I'd say, a 25 to 30% of those are going to join. So if I took that 100 list, got hold of 50, went down to about 25 that said to watch the video, maybe 12 to 14 of them do. I get them on a three-way call with either Kelly or Jeff or Kathy, whoever I'm doing it with. Good chance that about one-third of those are moving forward. So if I had 12 of those, now I'm down to four. If that's about as bad as worst case could get, if I made all those calls and I had at least four join, follow me for a minute, we plug them into our system, whether it's the funnels or anything we can do to help them grow their production, you help them cap, that's $4,000 an agent. So that's an extra $16,000 just from your efforts of bringing on four agents. You spending 15 minutes a day making five outbound calls. There may be times you call five and get five voicemails. There may be a time you call five and four pick up, right? It's just purely, I've got times, I remember I've made calls before where for 25 minutes, made calls, no one picked up. And all of a sudden, the last three calls I made picked up, picked up, picked up, set up two Zooms, right? It's just a matter of just making the calls and doing what you need to. Now, for those that may not want to sit and make calls, what a good, 8 or 10 agents on our team are doing right now, and Kathy and Kelly are both on here, they're utilizing the funnel system to attract agents to them. And I think that's what we'd all love to do. If that's a something you're curious about or got a question, ask today. How did they get that set up? What are they doing? And we can dialogue about that. Because I'd imagine anybody on here would rather take that route if they could of attracting agents to you, right? And Kelly, right now, Kelly, if you wouldn't mind just speaking to it, I mean, I say this all the time about Kelly, and I mean it, girl. First of all, you motivate the heck out of me by just sending your text morning and evening. It just inspires me to know, heck, I'm not even working compared to this lady. So me getting ready to get on the phone for 2 hours a day means nothing when I watch what she's doing. But you're having quite a bit of success with you and your team growing right now. Would you put most of your success because you're using this funnel system? Is that the major primary difference than to where you were prior to using the funnels?
It's definitely created significant momentum. Um, and I believe in multiple sources of leads and that it's still important to kind of nurture each one in each area. And so I think it's important not to put all eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And so, there are multiple ways like events, cold calling, lots of different strategies, going where realtors are, going to classes where they are and just connecting and making friends. There are a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And the funnel system has absolutely created significant momentum for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. And for those that may not have gone, I know, Mike, some of you guys were there at the Florida conference that we had, where some of us were in Tina Call's training. She's another huge, huge agent here at EXP, and she created funnels without spending any money, a funnel type system, meaning a way to attract agents through social media. Feel free to go look up Tina, Tina Call, Caul. Look up at her Instagram and her Facebook and her TikTok and all that stuff. And she is now, this all just started a year ago. Wasn't really doing anything for attraction through social media, and she kind of changed her perspective from people she got trained by and began to do things where she's giving value, value, value on her social media channel, where she may put out value 3 or 4 times in a row, and then the next one might do a CTA, a call to action. But otherwise, she's giving away all kinds of stuff. So go look up Tina Call for those that are going, I would rather not have to pick up the phone and make calls, but boy, if somebody could see and follow me on social media, and then you give them value, value, value to the point where they reach out to you and go, Kelly, I've been following you for the last 6 months. First, I want to say thank you, man. Your content is awesome. And whatever. And they may reach out to you, and it's happened to Tina. Tina said it took 4 or 5 months of consistently doing posts. Then all of a sudden now she's starting to attract almost two agents a month, 1 to 2 a month by spending no money, but focusing on her social media content and giving value. Okay, so like Kelly said, variety of ways for you to do this. And I like what you said. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Figure out whether, maybe you want to get the courage up and make a few outbound calls to people you've done a transaction with. Maybe you want to get your social media channels set up where you're starting to provide value to agents. And guys, we have so much value when you think about all of our Freedom Team recordings. And now you have Andy going into our YouTube channel creating shorts from the trainings we do every Tuesday. For those that may not know, all those trainings, first of all, they're on our YouTube channel, but Andy's going through those trainings and breaking them down into shorts. So there's little bite-sized trainings that you could either drip on people and or drop them onto your social media channels from time to time. Saying, man, just got out of one of the best masterminds I've been in a long time that focuses on XYZ. Check this out if you're looking to whatever, increase your whatever production, you're looking to get into a certain sphere, whatever that training might be about, you just do a little plug. So anyway, go look at Tina Call's channel. And that's just another way for you to, like she said, diversify how you're reaching out. So thank you for sharing that. Big Mike, man, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, brother, I know you've been looking at all the different traction. You came out to the meeting. You've been doing this off and on for the last year or so. Have you began to kind of maybe focus in on this is what's working best for you? Are you doing several different things? What's kind of working for you right now? What are you doing? You're you're muted for some reason. I'm not here. Oh, you're still muted.
Gotcha. I've tried a few different categories as far as uh, trying to figure out which one kind of works the best. That last one that you kind of switched to, on um, the funnel side. So when I went through that one, for me, it didn't. It didn't seem like I was leading down the right path. That um, I felt this is again me just personally. I felt a little disingenuous, kind of on the flip the script kind of thing. Just because so many people do it when they call. So I've been using Eric's script a little bit more, and I mean I've had nobody bite my head off.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody ever worries about that being the worst, I've never had, I think I had one person that say, hey, if you would have just said immediately, right, instead of, I just asked them how they were doing and whatnot, and then I asked them.
Yeah.
And one of them said, you know what? You had me there, hey, I'm working on a project and whatever,
Yeah.
but other than that, nobody bites your head off.
Yeah.
Um, so now my success is obviously not where Kelly's is. The funnels definitely sounds like that's kind of where the way to go is. Here recently in the last couple weeks, I've had to shift more on the business side more than the attraction side.
Yeah.
So obviously not going to win that contest, Kelly. Um, but no, it, after you make enough and realize that nobody is going to bite your head off, it does get easier. Now I just don't even care what they say either way because again I just on to the next one, right? What does Eric say? You're looking for somebody who's looking for you. I do have some that says, hey, give me a call here after a certain time. Kind of like the idea, but I'm not ready to listen
Yeah.
at the moment, right? Um, and I was there myself. So all I can say is just keep on and try different ones. Try Kelly's, try Eric's, try yours, the different approach. You'll kind of feel like which one worked the best for you, or that it doesn't kind of make you feel uneasy.
Exactly.
Um, but nobody's going to bite your head off. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing I got to say. That's the one thing I've learned the most.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for sharing that. And guys, I over the last 8.5 years of doing this, I think I've maybe had one or two that were kind of rude. Literally, out of thousands of calls where someone went, oh my gosh, freaking just stop, and like hung up. And you're like, whoa. But that's like one out of 1,000 something. It's just so rare. Most of the time it's like, look, man, I have no interest at all in ever switching brokers. I sometimes off people say that and go, hey, look, I appreciate what you're doing. I do. We do some of the same thing at our brokerage, but man, I have zero interest at all. But thank you. So they're kind of polite about it. They're like, I'm just not open, man. Not a problem. Hey, man, nice visiting with you. Hey, I know you're down in the Houston area. I'm up here in Colorado. At minimum, if I have a client that's moving down that way, man, if you're open, I definitely would be open to send you a referral and vice versa if you got a client. So you might try to wrap it up that way. Now all of a sudden you've at least connected, they're open to it and saying, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, let's at least stay connected on social media and stuff. Try to end the call and you're adding someone to your database. Now I'd be very cautious of dripping on someone like that. I'd be very, very slow about that. And sometimes I may ask when I'm jumping off a call if they're not open. Um, I may just say, hey, if you don't mind from time to time, I know if they've had any kind of a dialogue with me, if they're open to me from time to time, if I come across an incredible training that I think could have a massive impact on your production, would you mind if I shared it with you? I definitely won't inundate you. I know you get tons of emails. I'll generally have somebody, yeah, I'd be open to that. So I've at least got the okay to add them to my database, and then I'm going to maybe once every 3 to 4 weeks send one of our incredible trainings we do on Tuesday, just to add value. To add value. I'm not asking them to do anything. Hey, just thinking about you. We had an incredible training today on whatever, and I'm going to send that over. So many people, and I think it was you, Kelly, that talked about, somebody you were working with for 4 years and they finally just came over. And I don't know if Kelly jumped off, but I haven't had 4 years. That's incredible. I've had about just over 3 years. A lady that I was over at Redfin, I connected with her, had a good dialogue, and she was cranking it out. People over at Redfin though are given leads where by the time they get their commission, a lot of times it's 30%, 40%. Now they're given leads and they're doing, 25, 30, 35, 40 deals, but they are working their tail off. And most of them I talk to, even that are crushing it, are making 50, 60, 70 grand. But the volume at a regular brokerage would be a quarter of a million to 300. So I took that lady and I finally approached her again with what if you could have leads coming your way, but you didn't have to split the commission? You didn't have to give 30, 40, 50% to your broker. Anyway, that's what finally turned her head. She saw that, and that's what brought her over was the funnel system that would give her the buyers and seller leads exclusively just to her, but she gets 80% commission, right? Instead of 30, 40 at Redfin. So anyway, guys, we got about another 10 minutes. Again, sorry this whole thing didn't go as planned from the gentleman I was going to interview to the recordings I was going to play. But what other just questions, anything at all that some of you guys are either doing, thinking about doing, want some feedback on, anybody at all? I mean, you got on here this morning to learn or hear more about attraction. So what can we specifically do for you? Please don't hesitate to ask any kind of question. What's up, Mr. Melvin?
How you doing this morning? Good morning, everyone. The one script I've been using from Eric is, and I don't know if you went over. I came on late, coming out the gym, but what I say is, first of all, hello, my name is Melvin Brown, broker associate with eXp Realty. I hope you take this as a compliment, but I'm in a unique position with eXp where I've been dispatched to talk to great agents like yourself to see if you've seen the 2026 version of the eXp platform. A lot of agents are interested in knowing why over 90,000 agents have made the switch to eXp in the last 5 years. So we have a 15-minute video that shares the answer to that question. It's called the 7 benefits of the eXp platform. So I've been going through that consistently, about five a day. And like you say, you may have 4 just voicemails. You may have 2 that you talk to. You may have, I've never had 5 to talk to, or maybe the most I've had is 4. So that's been on a consistent basis. Now, is that still a script that you guys are using or having any success with?
The first of all, I'd say, can you copy and paste that in the chat? That's sort of a, and I don't know, are you getting that off of Thursday calls? Because remember, I'm not on the Thursday calls. So
Oh, so yeah, that was off the Thursday calls.
yeah, please share that. I have not heard it. I like that. I would definitely want to ask a question or two somehow, either on the front end or so, get them to talk with me
Yeah.
versus do you do just that? Do you just jump right into it after they
Yeah,
answer?
yeah. One of the things he says is that we're looking for someone that's looking for us. So
Yeah.
if someone went to bed to the day before and said, "Man, I'm looking for Lord, lead me to another office." That's what we're looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
So, but what I'm having a challenge with is really having that dialogue because normally when somebody call me, I want them to just share with me what they want. I don't want to just go to a Q&A session. So I'm have to wrap my head around that.
You remind me of one of the things, another gentleman, Randy Bird, uh, his whole first call is to set up a 15-minute get to know each other call. So
Okay.
it's kind of a two-step process for him. So he calls and said, compliments them again about their production. He uses another system like I do called Quarter.io where he can see back 3 years. So
Mm-hmm.
he can see if their production is dipped. And he might even bring that up. Hey, I saw that you look like you had a pretty good year 2025, did about whatever, 3.5 million. But boy, it looks like back the year before you did about 6, 7 million. You don't mind me asking, Melvin, what's been the primary difference other than the market and the interest rates? Is there anything you're doing different? He kind of starts a little bit of a dialogue, and then he says, "Look, the main reason I'm calling you, I'm always looking to network with very successful agents. Obviously, you've had a lot of success over the years. And if you're open to it, don't want to do it on this call. I appreciate you taking a minute to pick up. Can you and I set up a 15-minute call in the next day or two? Let's just kind of network back and forth, see what we can do to potentially help one another. And I just, again, love networking with successful agents and sharing ideas. Would you be open to something like that?" He sets up a 15-minute call. And I'm with you on this. When I listen to that and I hear Randy, I'm like, that's awesome to know that you're about to get on a call and all you're going to do is get to know each other, them
Mm-hmm.
about their family, how long they've been in real estate, where are they going in the next 5, 10 years, how's your business going, did you hit your goals in 25, whatever it is, you begin this dialogue. Now you really get a full perspective on where their business is at. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just another Randy Bird takes kind of answers your question as into you wish you would kind of just get into a dialogue with them. So he
Mm-hmm.
asked permission if they'd be open to that. Just as a
Mm-hmm.
thought, you had another step in there, but I would love to be on that 15-minute call that they agreed and we're just going to get to know each other. I mean, that's primarily what you would love to do, right? So
Right.
that's just a thought. You might
Yeah,
maybe,
that's a good way of doing it.
yeah, see, and I don't have Randy Bird's script. I can see if I can have to get that and maybe bring it next week. That's just another option. But did you already share in the chat, Melvin?
Oh no, no, I've been talking to you. I I'll put it
Yeah,
in the
just
chat and
yeah. Again, I haven't been on those calls, and I like I told Kelly and Eric, I wish I could be on it. It just coincides exactly when I have this alpha beta, which I need to. A lot of times, there's great content that I need to get there to share with our group as well. Otherwise,
John, do you
yeah,
have all your scripts, different ones you're using in the Freedom Team Zoom, the website?
support. No, we haven't
We
added
need
it to
to
the
add
freedom.
all of those. We need to add
Okay.
Melvin. We need to add the
It's a
two
good
different ones.
point. Give them four
Over.
or five different ideas. That's a great idea. Um, so
Likewise,
no,
Sean, Craig is asking about the videos, and I just sent him mine, but the other place the videos are, and actually Craig's not on here anymore, but they're on the website. You can get to some of those videos too on our Freedom Team support.
oh, I didn't even know you guys have added that, Kelly. So everybody added their webinar and their partner with me videos.
Not those,
Oh,
the EXP explained.
oh, okay, okay. Just food for thought. Adding those again, and we can talk about this on a Friday, but I think you guys should add each one of your webinars and partner with me videos because anybody here can share those with a. You really come across an interested agent who's really looking to grow their business. They get into a dialogue. Man, if you can share one of those videos and they watch that. Like I said, anybody who's watched one of those webinars that you guys have recorded, 9 out of 10 times, if they watched it, they're very curious and interested and they have questions. Great time to get Kathy, Kelly, whoever's video you shared, get them on. Guys, they're open and you can do a co sponsor with them as long as they're not in your 6 levels. And if they are, choose one of the other agents within Freedom Team who's not in your 6 levels. All of them are using a webinar that they share and then a partner with me video that goes into what it would be like if they locked arms with us at EXP and how they get it for free. So, anyway, guys, again, apologize for those that came on, went into hear an interview from Darren. Again, please keep him in your prayers. He and his wife dealing with some craziness, and the same with Andy Hollis and his wife. I can't comprehend either one of those. If that was happening to my wife, I don't even know how I would be thinking straight. And that's why I think he didn't do the interview. When you have your loved one and they're hurting and they're nervous and all that. Goodness gracious, you feel it when you love somebody. So anyway, please pray for those folks if you can. Other than that, you guys, we're back here obviously as always. Tomorrow morning is our big Grow Your Production every Tuesday morning. Kathy and Jeff will be leading that. Kathy, I always ask you, don't have it in front of me. What is tomorrow's about?
Tomorrow's Nick Krim and AI.
First Tuesday? No.
Yep.
Okay. Did he
Well,
move
we
it?
switched it this month. He
Okay.
needed to move it up. Yeah.
Okay. So again, for those that may not be familiar, if you're still on AI, tomorrow's all about AI for realtors. This will be his 14th recording. He comes in once a month for the last year and 2 months and gives us the latest, greatest for AI for realtors, not just AI everywhere.
That's
So
right.
again, phenomenal trainings. Jump on there tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, Kathy, any of the leaders, anything we can do to help you guys. Don't ever hesitate to reach out.